We are here to bring a new type of news show.
New insights, new styles, and new topics every day.
We are News Generation.
Bring news just for you. It's Monday, November 25th here in Seoul. I'm Song Yujin, and you're watching News Generation. Today, we're joined by Park Ki-eun.
Thanks for having me.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
And Yoo Won-bin.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, both are here to speak on behalf of those in their 20s and 30s. So, it's Monday, time to talk about the latest topics trending among the younger generation here in Korea. And today, we're going to talk about the latest investment trends among our generation. With Bitcoin prices hitting an all-time high last week, reaching almost 100,000 US dollars, this has become a hot topic once again. So, starting off, are you currently investing in anything?
Unfortunately not, but I should have. Not at the moment, I am not. But I did invest in Korean and US stocks a couple of years ago, during the pandemic, when everyone else was actually investing.
Except for me.
Except Eugene, of course, with a sentiment of FOMO, fear of missing out. For me, investment was never really something that I had interest in for a few reasons. One, I think I was just too busy making ends meet, trying to make more money for that moment, and not really thinking ahead about my future investments. Two was lack of knowledge and effort. Investing in general seemed very distant and difficult to me. And the only type of investment I did was making a savings account, which most people, I'm sure, already have some sort of experience in.
Yes, I do have a savings account.
But in terms of real estate, it never really caught my attention as it required a large sum of money, for me at least. And in terms of investing in stocks, it took me a lot of time and effort to learn about trading. Through trial and error, I did make profit and obviously loss at the same time. But one valuable lesson I really gained was getting a better understanding of not only the overall stock market, but the world economy and global affairs, and always staying updated in real time to make sure, what was happening around the world, because whatever I invested in, it was all interrelated, and it just didn't happen for no reason. There would always be reasons behind it, and I'll read up on it and learn more things about, so this is a reason why the stock price is going down or going up. Just like Bitcoin, Trump coming back, he's trying to alleviate all these regulations on cryptocurrency. And, a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin, but who knows what's going to happen. But for those who actually invested in Bitcoin, hey, good luck. Well done, guys. I mean, that's how you invest. I don't have any regrets, but definitely investing is something that I have gained more interest in recently.
Well, thank you for sharing your experience and also the reason why we're seeing Bitcoin prices skyrocketing these days.
Yes.
And what about you, Won-bin? Are you currently investing in anything?
Yes, I have been investing for a few years. I actually started my investing journey relatively at an early age compared to other people, because I started to believe that investing is actually necessary for future-proofing yourself. Honestly, investing is one of my biggest interests, and I can talk about this for hours today, but I will keep my excitement in control today. I started small with some Korean stocks, and nowadays I'm more interested in the US economic markets, specifically interested in tech stocks because of their growth potential. But I still do try to balance out with ETFs for long-term stability. And for those of you who don't know what an ETF is, it's basically same as a traditional fund that can be traded on the stock exchange, hence ETF. Exchange traded fund. And what I find exciting about about investing is how much it connects you to global trends. Like, instead of being interested in all these dramas, like which celebrity dates who, you are more interested about economic news and the Fed's interest rate, and it's like being tied into like a world economic drama. And currently, I'm not risk-oriented enough to jump into Bitcoins. But with all the news coming from all around, I am starting to feel a bit of FOMO, like Hyun mentioned, and as Kyun explained earlier.
Right. So Won-bin is currently an active investor, and I think that you guys both agree that investing on cryptocurrency or stocks, it really gives you valuable and helpful information, and it helps you read the trends on the economy and the latest on the economic front. Now, going back to Bitcoin, its record-breaking surge has led many to wonder whether now is the right time to start or increase cryptocurrency investments. And cryptocurrency is especially popular among our generation, generation, with those in their 20s and 30s known to be the primary investors. So why do you think cryptocurrency has gained such a big, wide popularity among our generation?
I think several factors could explain the growing popularity among young people in cryptocurrency. First, it could be growing up in the digital age and feeling very comfortable and familiar with emerging technologies like blockchain and digital wallets, and of course, cryptocurrency being one of them. Second could be the accessibility. Unlike the traditional stock markets, crypto trading is 24/7, adding flexibility to younger tech-savvy investors. Third, maybe the high risk, high reward appeal. Younger investors who generally have fewer financial obligations than older people would be more willing to take big risks to earn a significant amount of profit in a short amount of time. And last could be hedging against inflation and currency devaluation. Currently, we're living in a world of uncertainty. I think so younger people seem to have shifted away from the traditional methods of investing, for example, banks and saving accounts, and geared more towards cryptocurrency to seek quicker financial freedom. But at the same time, we're putting ourselves at risk of losing that amount of money, that much amount of money at the same time. So, I mean, you got to really evaluate your risks as well. But it's not an easy thing to do because it's so easily accessible.
Right.
Anyone can do it as long as you have a smartphone. That's why I have a different kind of fear of losing all my money. So I haven't started investing in cryptocurrency, but maybe I should.
Maybe you
Looking
should.
at the Bitcoin price right now.
But you should always be cautious.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. So we've taken a look at some of the potential reasons why our generation is into investing cryptocurrency. Now, Wonbin, are you actually noticing this increasing interest of young people trying to invest in this currency? What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's actually impossible to not notice, especially in Korea. Cryptocurrency has this magical appeal for our generations. We grew up in a digital world, as Kyun mentioned, and so it's very natural for us to be interested in investments that is related to the digital world. And there are so many technical differences that differs crypto from other assets, but I think primarily it's because people just want to make quick money.
Right.
Yeah, with its extremely high volatility compared to other traditional investing assets, crypto can feel like a land of milk and honey for people who are looking for short-term investments with great high returns instead of traditional long-term investing. Again, I'm not personally invested in any crypto at the moment, but with more news about crypto and even public ads about crypto exchanges in Korea, it certainly feels like this generation is taking advantage of this interest in Bitcoin.
Right, definitely. But for those who really don't want to, who want to kind of prevent risks or a risky investment, another investment trend that's been catching the eye of young investors is gold, which is often seen as a safer and less volatile option compared to cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. So why do you think gold is appealing to young investors, and are you also willing to invest in gold?
Of course. I mean, who doesn't like gold? Like physical gold. I'm talking about physical gold. I'm actually planning to open a gold spot account very soon.
Like how soon?
Probably within this week. I'm saying within this week because for all Koreans, it can be easily made online. But because I'm an Australian citizen, I actually need to be there in person, offline, to open a new gold spot account. And it has been reported that people under age 30 took up 50% of having a gold spot account, and also investing more in gold than baby boomers and Generation X. And lastly, gold roughly taking up 17% of their financial portfolio. So obviously, we can see that gold is becoming a new trend in investing among young people, often called a safe haven alongside the US dollar. Gold appeals to investors for its intrinsic value and stability during economic uncertainty and other external factors. Since gold is not tied down to the performance of a company or technology, unlike stocks and cryptocurrency, it appeals more to investors who opt a safer option.
Right.
Also, due to it being a tangible asset, it gives investors more confidence in its enduring value. And to compare it to stocks and cryptocurrency again, gold remains very stable against regulations and security risks. So for example, cryptocurrency is very susceptible to regulatory changes, while stocks can be affected by corporate scandals or market crashes. And so gold can be viewed as a safe and a more profitable source of investment in the long run. So if you're willing to invest over a span of like a few years, I think gold could be the safer option. But like I said, younger people want quick money, quick cash. That's where they're jumping into the crypto market. But I guess both have pros and cons.
Right, and I think the reason why more among our generation is into investing gold is because we've seen a lot of people who made a great amount of money through cryptocurrency, but on the other hand, we've seen a lot of people who lost a lot of money, which is one of the reasons why I think that young people are into a more safer and less volatile asset. So to you, Wonbin, what are your opinions about gold investment?
Personally, gold, excuse me, gold is very interesting, especially during the times of uncertainty. Its stability makes it appealing as a way to hedge against the market volatility. I'm a stocks person, so I'm not investing in gold right now, but I definitely see why others do. With inflation concerns rising globally, including the US, assets like gold offer a kind of a reassurance. And if you look into the price of gold, it increased about 35% in the past year and actually doubled in the past 5 years. The world economy has been on a roller coaster ride for the past few years, and this shows the characteristics of gold that Kyun and I just explained. And young people are definitely using gold as a hedge in their investment portfolio nowadays.
I see. So
And I'd just like to add just one more thing. I think social media plays a big role as well,
Right.
especially younger people, because we're on our phones 24/7, and we see a lot of ads promoting
Yes.
investing in
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and we get phone calls as well from random
Yes.
people saying, "Do you want to invest in crypto?" And it's like, "You'll make a lot of money." So I think because we don't have that kind of education and knowledge in terms of investing, and it's so easily accessible,
Right.
it really puts us at risk at losing a lot of money. So we have to be a bit more careful. But I think at the same time, when people like promote cryptocurrency, they only talk about how much you can actually make.
how much profit
the
you can make.
profitability, not so much how much you can lose at the same time. And you even have famous celebrities, being the main advertising cryptocurrency. And I'm thinking, it's all part of business, but I think you have to be a bit more smart in terms of investing. Seek professional help as well.
Right.
Just like Wonbin, look at him. He looks like a professional
Like a
financial
finance
advisor.
guy.
But before you invest in anything, obviously you should ask your parents first, because once you lose your money, you can't get it back.
Right.
So you got to be careful.
Right.
Always be careful.
And I also recommend studying the latest investment trends
course.
before you actually invest in something, because there are great books out there these days, and there is a lot of information also on the internet, although you have to fact check, that tell you about things you should be mindful of when you are a newbie investor. So until now, we've taken a look at two of the most popular assets, investment assets among young people, which is cryptocurrency and gold. Now, we also asked our viewers about the types of investment that are trending among young people in their country. And let's take a look at their responses. Benny D97 says, in the Philippines, we make installment savings or maybe more on stocks. Young people like me are opting to handle their money well and build a good life and future. RKZLTV, stocks and crypto, Gen Z in the US is definitely getting into investing earlier than older generations, mostly because it's easier to access and there's way more financial education out there. Jelly K says savings and crypto, but honestly, it's tough to put money aside for investments. Everything's just so expensive. Couldn't agree with you more, Jelly K. Now, for more insights on today's topic, stay tuned for our live interview with a business administration expert after this short break.
NewsGen wants to hear from you. Go to YouTube and search our channel Arirang News. Click Community and leave a comment down below. Make a new type of news with us.
So today we're joined by Jong, Professor of Business Administration at Kumo National Institute of Technology here in Korea. Welcome back to the show, Professor.
Hi, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So, Professor, we would like to ask you, we kind of mentioned this earlier in our discussion, but what are some of the most common investment products among young people these days?
Yeah, these days, young people today with better access to technology and information are exploring a wide range of investment products. And the most representative is that cryptocurrencies have become a popular choice due to their high return potential of rewards and also innovative natures. For example, Bitcoin and Ethereum powered by blockchain, these attract young people to with their expectations of high reward in innovative financial systems. And also second is that the stocks, it is also remain a basic investment product of young investors, especially in sectors like technology or healthcare or some of these sustainability. Because many young investors are drawn to these technology stocks because it is they feel familiar or they feel very promising. For example, AI or digital platforms which they use daily. Also these days, for the more beyond domestic stocks, many young investors try to invest in foreign stocks because they expect to the potential of a high return rewards in international markets. Also, we can consider the ETF we call exchange traded funds. It is a very another also key preference because it can offer very easy diversification and low minimal costs, making them more accessible to beginners. So we can conclude that these days young investors consider a lot of investment products based on their personal values or financial goals.
Right. Professor, data shows that young people are starting to invest at much younger ages than previous generations. For these early investors, what are some things they should keep in mind when building their portfolios?
Yeah, it is very important thing is that young investors also should keep several key principles in mind when they build solely their own portfolios. The first important thing is that I think diversification is very important things because spreading investments across different assets like stocks, cryptocurrencies, or bonds, it can help their reduce the risks. So even within stocks or even within cryptocurrencies, they also have to diversify across a lot of various products like technology, healthcare, or some of the consumer goods. It can provide some stability there. And the second is that they have to maintain a long-term perspective. I think young investors have powerful advantage over time, so it is important to focus on the growth over decades rather than short-term immense market fluctuations. So they always keep in mind that patience and consistency, such as regular contributions on investment, can lead to a significant in the growth in the future. And also today's in digital age, so young investors only to rely on the information which they can obtain from social media platforms. But in social media platforms, there are a lot of information, but they cannot be verified as true or not fact. So always young investors focus on the own to verify the information is true or not. And they try to use always credible financial digital platforms. And they also to avoid impulsive decisions only to depend on their social media platforms information. So they have to keep in mind these key principles to build a solid their own portfolios.
All right. Now, Professor, looking ahead, which types of investment assets do you think will grow in popularity among young people?
Yeah, but young people are likely to prefer investment assets. They align their own personal values and technological advancements and future trends in the future. So I think first is cryptocurrencies are likely to remain popular among young investors in the future because due to their decentralized technological features and also high return potential and appeal to those seeking quick results because young investors tended to seek final and quick results. So these blockchain applications expand into areas like finance, gaming, or some real estate. These assets are expected to gain even more popularity in the future continuously. And also we can consider the second thing is that fractional investments in traditionally higher barrier assets such as real estate are becoming more accessible through a lot of digital platforms. Because these allow young investors to diversify their own portfolios with minimal upfront capital, opening to opportunities to them to invest in asset once exclusive to wealthier individuals in the past. So that maybe we can also furthermore consider that technology-related investments in sectors like AI, blockchain, metaverse, or some renewable energy, which is very popular these days in the first generation industry, will continue to attract young investors aligning with their forward-thinking mindset and the high growth potential of these industries. Yeah.
All right, Professor. Thank you so much for your forecast and also your great advice. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we've talked about a lot of financial investment assets today, from stocks, ETF, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency to gold. So finally, after hearing today's discussion, what are your thoughts on investing? Anything new that you'd like to start investing in?
Just to simply explain, I think it's easy come, easy go. If you want quick money, you're gonna lose that money that fast. So I think because we're living in a longer lifespan, investing in having that mindset of long-term investment can really help you kind of make good money in the future. I mean, whatever you make now, it's great, but let's see who the winner is 10, 20 years down the track. So having that kind of mindset will really help you become a smarter investor in the long term.
And that's why patience and perseverance, as Professor Park mentioned, is important. What are your thoughts, Wonbin?
Well, I feel like today's topic discussion was a really good reminder to stay open-minded for new investment assets. But at the end of the day, I think it's important to have your own philosophy for your long-term growth when it comes to investing, because it's not a game of if you're winning today or tomorrow. It's a game of if you're winning in life. So I think you'll need a set philosophy that you can carry on for a lifetime.
All right. That's all from NewsGen today, but we'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Korea time. Special thanks today to Park Hyun.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. And Lee Wonbin.
Thank you always.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. We are
News Generation.